What's in and what's out of fashion in 2025 and 2026. Number 1 that is out of fashion, surprising many people, is long denim skirts. These skirts have been with us for a long time. They've been appearing in fashion for years, but at the moment, they're starting to disappear. This means that, more and more, we'll have less access to these skirts in stores. And if you're thinking of buying one, it might not be the best choice, especially because we have other options that are much more in style, such as the column skirt. This type of longer skirt brings a more structured, more elegant look and has a slightly more fitted cut. That helps elongate your silhouette and slim the hips, giving you that very elegant, very sophisticated posture. As for fabrics, you can choose a more structured crepe or satin to bring a bit of shine. Remember, the satin shine must be carefully chosen because otherwise we end up with a piece that looks plastic. So avoid those satins with a very plasticky shine, as they won't be flattering. The idea is that it should be more discreet and more sophisticated. This type of skirt has a strong 90s vibe and goes really well with powerful tailoring. You know that well-fitted blazer that you cinch with a big belt and a large buckle, which is also very trendy in 2025 and 2026. That's the look we're thinking about here. It's a look that looks beautiful, especially on taller women who have a more elongated appearance, because it will flatter and give you a runway model look. That doesn't mean other women, for example, those with wider hips, can't wear it. That's not what it means. But you do need to be careful, because it's a skirt that should fall straight and close-fitting from the hips down. So, you'll need to be mindful when choosing it, because if you're someone with wider hips or a fuller behind, it might create a mermaid effect, and that's not the intention of this skirt. It's meant to be a bit straighter. I also think it works great for those goddess looks. So, if you love that goddess aesthetic I've been talking about a lot here on the channel, like a Greek goddess vibe, this kind of skirt will suit you really well. So, do you already have this skirt? Can you picture yourself wearing it? Personally, I don't really picture myself in it, since I'm a bit shorter, 1.6 and have thicker legs and fuller hips. So, for me, it would be a bit harder to wear. But tell me, would you wear it? I think it's a super elegant skirt. Number 2 that's out of fashion is the combination of a plaid shirt with leggings. This pairing is already a bit outdated. In fact, when we search for image references here for the channel, I still find this look. There's no problem wearing it, okay girls? The plaid shirt with leggings, in fact, leggings are still trendy in 2025 and 2026, especially with that athletic style. But that combo is a bit dated. It's become kind of old school. Everyone has worn it, and if they haven't, they've at least seen a picture of it. There are better options now, like the plaid shirt with jeans. In 2025, this more relaxed vibe is coming in strong. And pairing that plaid flannel shirt with jeans, especially straight-leg, high-waisted jeans, creates a comfortable, urban, well-balanced look. Ideal for those who love a casual style but still want that little touch of creativity and a slightly more youthful feel. The biggest benefit this outfit brings is that, since it has many straight lines, it tends to visually slim you down and elongate your legs. So if you're looking for a look that makes you appear taller and slimmer, this one is an excellent choice. The jeans should be a bit more structured to hold that straight silhouette, preferably in a medium or dark wash, because that helps give a longer look to your silhouette and without rips. If your jeans are ripped, it will ruin our goal here. If you don't care, and you're not trying to look slimmer or taller, then sure, go for ripped jeans too. As for the plaid print, it heavily references the 90s grunge era, which is coming back strong in 2025 and 2026. Remember, you can go for a traditional grunge plaid that red and black mix with some mustard or orange tones, or you can go for lighter, softer tones, which are expected to appear more during the spring and summer of 2025, 2026. But of course, the choice is yours. So tell me, do you prefer wearing it with straight jeans like I do, or with leggings? I want to know. Number 3 that's out of fashion in 2025 and 2026 is thin-strapped tank tops. These are very beautiful and delicate pieces. And, personally speaking, I think they're great, especially for layering under another blouse, like something sheer. So, it's not a piece you should completely discard. It's a piece that has a very practical function in everyday life. However, you know those really thin strap tops that people wear without anything over them? Well, those are starting to disappear. Taking their place are tank tops with slightly thicker straps, especially those with some kind of detailing or embellishment. This type of piece will highlight your neckline, help disguise your arms, and add that creative and elegant touch to your outfit. You know, when you think of a piece with sequins or some kind of metallic detail, that alone already makes the piece look richer, with more elements. I think it looks simply amazing. So you can really highlight your upper body, but with something that genuinely draws attention. Just like when you wear a wide necklace and it draws attention to your neck and face, these tank tops serve the same purpose. In 2025 and 2026, you should go for more comfortable fabrics, so you might choose poplin or even a knit. The idea here is to pick pieces with shine, with applications. So the idea is to look for high-quality pieces. When we talk about sequins, they need to be very well sewn. If we're talking about crystals, they need to be very well attached. Avoid buying pieces with lots of tiny crystals or studs that could fall off for any reason. You know those low-quality pieces that you wash once and half the sparkle is gone? Yeah, those should be avoided so you don't waste your money. For sure, they bring that 2000s vibe that remains strong. We've been seeing it in recent years and it's going to keep showing up. So who said you can't combine the comfort of a basic tank top with the charm of sequins and embellishments? Number 4 is thin, single necklaces. You know that superfine minimal chain? Well, that's out of fashion, but that doesn't mean you have to stop wearing it. In fact, it's a very sweet, delicate, and elegant detail. But when we're talking about trends, what's really in fashion, what we'll see in stores and in window displays, we're seeing something a bit different from that delicate, minimalist look of the solo necklace. I'm talking about layered necklaces and maximalist styles. That dainty little single necklace is going out of fashion, making room for more creative, bigger, attention-grabbing pieces. One idea to still use that dainty necklace is to combine it with others. You can create a combination with 2 or 3 fine necklaces, creating that layered look, and that is what's in for 2025 and 2026. This type of accessory will illuminate your neckline, draw attention, and add visual impact both to your chest and face. So, if you're the kind of person who needs to capture people's attention, like if you're a boss, a speaker, or a salesperson and you want to draw attention to your upper body, what do? You wear a maximalist necklace or a mix of necklaces. That will make all the difference. You can wear gold or silver. They can have texture or not. You can even go for creative or vintage-inspired pendants. One of the trends predicted for 2025 was playful, quirky jewelry. Although I haven't seen it take over just yet, it was noted, so it may gain strength over the next 6 or 7 months. Keep an eye out. Of course, this trend of maximalist and layered necklaces really echoes the 80s and 90s. It brings a certain boldness to the look, but it's a very well-placed boldness. Like I said, if you're not up for wearing a big, bold necklace, go for layers, several fine chains. It looks really pretty, really delicate, and, in my opinion, a bit more sophisticated. Now, if you're more on the creative side, go ahead and wear that big, standout necklace, because it will definitely make you shine. I think bigger, wider, more eye-catching necklaces are better suited for nighttime events or parties, so I personally wouldn't wear them during the day. But if you're a bold and creative woman, I think it matches your aesthetic perfectly. So tell me, are you team dainty necklace or team big, bold maximalist? Number 5 is pure minimalism. Pure minimalism, you know that combination of jeans and a basic t-shirt with a little loafer? Very simple, right? Well, that's gone out of style. But that doesn't mean you, a minimalist woman, have to start wearing a bunch of creative pieces. That's not the point. What's happening is that this trend is starting to fade and is making room for essentialism and maximalism, which are different. So let's break it down step by step. Essentialism is somewhat similar to minimalism, but it adds a special touch. Imagine essentialism as a basic look like a tank top and a pair of jeans, but when we put the outfit together, that pair of jeans will have a unique fit or some kind of special detail or application. That tank top will also be different. So we're talking about pieces that are still basic, but they offer something special. It's as if you're not wearing something you'd find just anywhere. Yes, it's denim, but it looks like it's from a special place. Yes, it's a t-shirt, but it has a unique element. Essentialism will always bring that elevated, distinctive vibe. It's like each piece is a work of art, each one carrying a unique meaning. It's not ordinary, you know? Now, maximalism, on the other hand, brings in a lot of elements. It always involves quantity, shine, textures. It really draws attention. Both styles, essentialism and maximalism, share the special touch, that sense that you're wearing something unique. But essentialism is more basic, easier to wear in your daily life. Maximalism is more creative and, because of that, it's not as easy to combine unless you already have a creative style. You can even apply this difference to accessories. Take bags, for example. A minimalist bag would be something super basic, like a plain tote bag. An essentialist bag might be a baguette-style bag, but not just any baguette. It has some kind of application, or a cargo design with extra pockets. A maximalist bag? That one would have lots of hanging pieces, a bold color, maybe an animal print. So we're talking about different levels of volume. Minimalism has a very low volume. Essentialism is a bit higher. Maximalism is way up there. I'd say essentialism is the middle ground, while maximalism is bold creativity and daring style. The most interesting part? These looks help highlight your personality. They communicate not just your style, but also your hobbies and your essence. About colors, I'd recommend you choose the colors that go well with your wardrobe, your personality, and your daily life, since we're talking about pieces meant to be worn often. In maximalism, you can go wild, lots of items, lots of color, everything mixed together. In essentialism, things are toned down. Essentialism usually sticks closer to minimalism in terms of color neutrals like black, white, beige, gray. When we talk about fashion trends for 2025 and 2026, what are we seeing? A return of the 70s and 80s, meaning a lot of self-expression. Every piece tells a story. That's why I think it's a great idea to look for these pieces in thrift stores. Tell me, are you the kind of woman who loves hunting for treasures in thrift shops? I have to admit, I used to do it more often. These days, I'm a little more budget conscious when it comes to creative pieces from thrift stores. But what about you? Do you like these kinds of pieces? Or are you sticking to minimalism? Number 6 is those big, heavy sneakers, you know? The ones with tons of cushioning and springy soles? They've been falling out of fashion for a while now, and making way for ballerina-style sneakers. In 2025, we're seeing a big trend in athletic-inspired pieces, especially those tied to sports. Along the way, some bulky sneakers still appear, especially for fashion campaigns or photo shoots, like one recently that had a massive, pancake-like sole. But for everyday wear, that's not what we're seeing. What we're really seeing are ballerina sneakers. Their main characteristic is that they're sleek, almost like a ballet flat. They're not bulky. They don't have thick soles. Their laces are discreet. They don't mix a bunch of materials. They're more clean and basic, often made in a single color, or at most 2 or 3. They're usually not multicolored because the more colors a shoe has, the harder it is to match with other outfits, especially when the color is bold, like red or yellow. So these shoes tend to be more neutral. I love it because they bring lightness to your look and give a much more sophisticated and refined appearance. We know how hard it can be to pair those big sporty sneakers with a more elegant outfit. They clash. That's why I recommend going for delicate or neutral tones like black, white, or off-white. Personally, off-white works better for me than pure white. Maybe white or black suits you better? You can also get creative and explore trendy colors for 2025 and 2026, like brown, burgundy, and gray. These have emerged as the new neutrals. I've even talked about them here on the channel. So they're definitely a smart investment if you're looking for shoes to wear for a long time. They also bring a strong 50s influence, with references to ballet, so they match well with more romantic and delicate items, like skirts, shorts, dresses, and even everyday basics like jeans. One combo I love and find super practical for daily life. Pair ballerina sneakers with a Chanel-style cropped jacket, straight-leg jeans, and a tank top with some embellishment. Boom, you're totally on trend for 2025 and still comfy and practical for everyday life. So tell me, are you still wearing those big chunky sneakers? Do you prefer them? Or are you thinking of ditching them and going for the ballerina-style sneakers that are all the rage in 2025? And I also want to know, what's the most out-of-fashion piece in your opinion? Tell me in the comments. And of course, don't forget the magic keywords of the day. Out of fashion 2025. Your support really helps the channel grow and keep posting daily content. While you do that, let's continue with the video. Number 7, which is also out of style, is short, ripped denim shorts. This style was once popular but has gone out of fashion and has been out of style for a long time. It is still widely worn. Yes, you will see many people wearing it on the street. For example, I, who am from Rio de Janeiro, see this piece being worn frequently, but it is not a very sought-after item when we talk about people who like to follow fashion. And it can become a piece that doesn't really flatter your body type, especially if the shorts are very short. That doesn't mean you can't wear short shorts, nor that you shouldn't wear ripped shorts, but these are pieces that are a bit outdated. When we talk about 2025 and 2026, what's trending are Bermuda shorts. Bermudas are more comfortable options and ideal for everyday wear, especially if you're looking for a piece that won't be too short. One idea is that you can buy Bermuda shorts and even turn them into shorts just a slightly longer style. This is ideal for women who have thicker thighs, like me. Since my thighs are a bit thicker, when I buy shorts and they end up being too short, it becomes uncomfortable. So, the option of buying Bermudas and then folding the hem to turn them into shorts, or hemming them to make shorts, gives me much more ease and versatility day to day. Besides that, these styles are much prettier and more elegant. You can choose different materials, but since we're talking about a piece that goes on the bottom, I would say linen, twill, and denim are the best options because we're talking about sturdy, strong pieces that won't rip easily, especially in the case of twill. Twill lasts a long time. It's a material that hardly rips or gets damaged. So if you're looking for a piece that will last, this is definitely the material I would recommend. It's also an excellent piece when it comes to versatility, because you can wear it on slightly cooler or warmer days. It's ideal even for situations where you don't know if the weather will be cold or hot. Here in Rio de Janeiro, there are places where it gets a little colder, so having Bermuda shorts is a great option that short shorts sometimes make you feel cold. But what I want to know is, are you on the short shorts team or the Bermuda shorts team? I'll tell you, I get very indecisive between the two. Although Bermudas are better for me, shorts are also very cute. I love wearing short shorts. Number 8 is the Cascade cardigan. This type of cardigan has been out of fashion for quite some time actually, and it's a piece that nowadays looks more dated. It's a piece that is very hard to find in store windows for sale. It really is a somewhat forgotten piece. In its place, what we're seeing are sporty jackets. This type of piece, by the way, is coming back strong, girls. It's a piece you can find in many stores, like Zimin, with ease. It's often not very cheap. It can be priced a bit higher, like above 100 to 200 Brazilian reais. So it can be a little pricier, but it brings a lot of creativity to your look. It's a more structured, slightly loose piece that will make your look very creative, modern, and athletic. And it also helps when we talk about rejuvenation because it's a very youthful and interesting piece for those looking for a younger touch. It gives off that running vibe, you know? Many of them come with a running look, or are associated with other sports like basketball, American football, or baseball. So yes, it's an interesting piece. It has a cool vibe when it comes to colors. You can choose trendy colors, like burgundy, and also, of course, chocolate brown. These two colors, which as I said are new neutrals, look gorgeous on these pieces because they bring a creative touch but are also easy to match. We're talking here about a piece you want to wear for a long time. You don't want to wear it only for a short while and then throw it away, get rid of it, or donate it, right? So ideally, you should choose it in a neutral tone that matches your wardrobe. In my case, I'd probably choose gray because gray is the neutral tone that matches best with other pieces I have in my wardrobe. This applies to this jacket, but also to all coats you want to wear. Do you still have a Cascade cardigan hidden in your closet? Tell me. And are you going to swap it for a sporty jacket? I want to know, okay? And if you're enjoying this video, you'll love all the videos I bring here on the channel. Because here, there's a video every day, always talking about fashion, beauty, and trends. So don't fall behind, subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way, around 8 o'clock, YouTube will always notify you when there's a new video for you. So subscribe, okay? I'm watching. While you do that, we continue with the video. Number 9 on the list of outdated pieces are those with 3D prints. Guys, this one is really bad. When we talk about 3D prints, there's no defense, okay? There's no way to sugarcoat it. They're really ugly. Get them out of your closet. They look awful, poorly made, and cheap looking. You should have gotten rid of them yesterday. If you want to draw attention, if you're going for that printed look but want something more beautiful, interesting, and sophisticated, go for pieces with embellishments. I mentioned tank tops, but this applies to any piece. Boots, shoes, sandals, jeans. The idea here is to bring in creativity. Someone who wears creative 3D prints is probably someone with a creative style who likes to stand out. But it's much more interesting to attract attention in a positive, creative, and appealing way, bringing a more refined, elegant, and beautiful touch rather than something that looks cheap and ugly. Let's be honest, many of these 3D prints don't even make sense. It's like a kitten looking at planet Earth from afar with angels. Guys, that doesn't even make sense. It's just completely off. And it looks like you had no idea what you were wearing, like you just grabbed the first thing in your closet before leaving the house and went out in it. So it's much better to highlight the area you want to draw attention to using prints, but through embellishments. These could be pearls, embroidery, studs, eyelets, crystals, sequins you choose. And that also brings a big nod to handmade and artisanal fashion, which is super interesting. You can take a piece you already own and customize it, adding embellishments and making it much more creative. Since you already have this type of piece and enjoy a more creative look, let's do it in a way that's more stylish, prettier, and cooler, with a well-done, fashion-forward touch. Number 10 are the tops with that cutout on the shoulder. That kind of top that gives you a little chill on the shoulder has lost its charm and is definitely out of style in 2025. In its place comes the already well-known off-the-shoulder top, which highlights the neckline and brings a lot of elegance and sophistication with just a touch of sensuality. This kind of top elongates the neck and draws attention to the face. It's a gorgeous top that highlights the right features. You can go for flowing fabrics like silk, satin, or lightweight cotton. It can also include ruffles and lace. This type of top has a subtle sensuality, so you can wear it in a variety of settings, okay? It's a very classic piece that even goes back to the Empire era. Of course, it's also a very romantic piece, perfect for a dinner, a party, a wedding, a graduation. You can wear it pretty much anywhere. The off-the-shoulder top is beautiful, and it also fits perfectly into that goddess aesthetic I've talked about many times here. You know what I'm talking about, that Greek goddess vibe that's simply stunning. So, would you like to feel like a goddess? Then why not wear an off-the-shoulder top? If you don't have one, I'd say it's time you got at least one. You deserve to have at least one in your wardrobe. And you also deserve to know the latest trends for 2025 and 2026. Want to find out what they are? Just click on the video showing up on your screen. I'll see you there.